So typically, this isn't heavily used in instances where security and governance are paramount.
Okay, itu sahaja for that particular video. Alright, so daripada situ kita boleh nampak sebenarnya a basic introduction to Tableau. Ini sebenarnya some people call it Tableau, some people call it Tableau, but in my circle of friends we used to call it Tableau. Okay, so first things first, when we want to start using Tableau, hold on before that. Actually for data visualization, there are many tools available. Kita ada Power BI, you can use R, but why Tableau? In my case, in my personal opinion, because I find that it's easy, it's quite easy because kita just boleh drag and drop, okay, and then the visualization that we can make is also impactful. But having said that, even though in the video it mentioned that we can do some data cleansing, but the data cleansing part is a bit limited. So usually I will use other tool, for example like RapidMiner for the data cleansing part and the data modeling part, and then once I only the clean data, will I use it as the input for Tableau. Okay, all right. Okay, so how to get started with Tableau? So first things first, we have to go to the Tableau website, tableau.com. Okay, kat situ nanti bila adik-adik pergi ke situ, you can see this page, alright, and then you can see the try free. If you masukkan alamat email biasa, you can have free trial for 14 days. But if you're a student and use your student ID, your student email, and then they will verify with your university either you are a student or not. Okay, and if confirm you are a student, then you will have free trial for a year. So it's quite good, right? For a year, and dia tak ada kurang mana-mana pun. Okay, alright. So for today, these are the things I will cover. Okay, how to connect your data, drag and drop and to take a first look, focus your results, explore your data geographically, meaning that we're going to use maps, and then also drill down into the details, and yang last kali, build a dashboard. Okay, so these are the things I'm going to cover using Tableau. Okay, setakat ni ada apa-apa soalan ke? Any questions so far? Feel free to chat to drop your question in the chat. You can just unmute. Okay. Any questions so far?
Question.
Okay.
Just to confirm, so the Tableau, kalau ada data tu semua, kita analyse using Tableau dan sebagainya. When bila dah siap dia punya graph and everything, then it can be display. Kalau ada kita buat apps ke apa kat phone, mobile, so we can display that Tableau punya graph dan semua guna API kan?
Yes, correct. Yes.
Okay. So you need the API to make a connection between those two.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Or else you can use the we have an option using Tableau Public. So in Tableau Public we can push our visualization ke Tableau Public. Tapi Tableau Public tu sebab dia public kan, so everybody else can view your dashboard lah. So in case of you're using data-data yang sensitive, then maybe that option is not the best for you. Okay, but if let's say you're just using it for your project akhir tahun ke whatsoever, then you can just use the Tableau Public instead. Okay.
Tapi kalau kata let's say the project student ni dia kena ada on the development of the website ataupun application, maka Tableau Public tadi tak boleh lah kan?
Yes, betul.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Alright. Thank you for the question. Any other questions before we move on? Going once? Going twice? Okay. Alright. So next, kita akan move on to saya nak buatkan it's considered a small demo on how we can translate from Excel file, from manual files into a dashboard. Tapi this is just what do you call it? As I mentioned earlier, it's just a small demo, meaning that ni kadar nak buatkan perasaan rasa cinta. Sebab tak kenal maka tak cinta kan? This is just to make you suka nak try Tableau. Okay. So ni adalah contoh project that I had with Melaka. This is just something that I showed them, but it's just like, as I said to you, it's just a small demonstration. Okay, this is the data that I got from them. It's regarding to the pelancongan in Melaka. As you can see, the data, they have so many tabs, and then they have separate tabs for different year. This is for the hospitals. Okay. For example, like this. Ni jumlah pelancong yang datang to Melaka in 2016 until 2017. This one 2017 until 2018. Okay, you see there are so many tabs, right? This is tourist arrival. Okay, from here, if you show this to our stakeholders, it's difficult for them to get any insights from it, isn't it? So that's why we use Tableau to do visualization, to do data visualization. So it's easier for them to understand this data. Okay, this is an example of what I've developed. Okay, can you can see my screen, right? Okay. This is the main dashboard. As you can see, this is the first part I did was pecahan mengikut jenis pelancong, because just now, if you notice, they tend to separate between the foreigners and also the domestic tourists. Okay. So from here we can see that, okay, of course, domestic akan lagi ramai kan, 72.48% are domestic tourists, and then 27.52 are foreign tourists. Okay, and then we can also see prestasi pelancongan mengikut tahun. We can see that okay, the red one is pelancong asing, this one is pelancong domestic. We can see that because of the COVID, of course, it declines somewhere. Where do I move this? Okay. It declined somewhere in 2019 until 2021. Okay, there's a sharp decline there, okay? And then from here also we can see the trend. This is the trend, right? This is the trend line. Okay, but as you can see, trend lines are based on historical data. It has its own calculation based on historical data. So even though there's a decline here, but because it's based on historical data, sebab sebelum-sebelum ni dia nampak ada rise, ada peningkatan. So that's why based on its calculation, it can still predict that in the next few years it will still rise, it will still meningkat. Okay, same goes with domestic tourists, right? So and then from here also we have top 5 tempat pelancongan and bottom 5 tempat pelancongan. So when the stakeholders see this, automatically they can know that, okay, since that yang top 5 ni top 5 ni these are the top 5 yang pelancong suka datang, so maybe they can do more, they can do tambah baik lagi ke whatsoever. And then for the bottom 5, maybe they lack promotion, so they have to do more promotions, or possibly if it's macam the cost of maintaining that place is more as compared to the income that it generates, maybe boleh tutup ke whatsoever. So based on this, they can make some informed decisions. Okay, all right. So we also have the pelancong domestic tab. Okay, this for the pelancong domestic tab. Okay, I'm trying to move my picture downwards. Okay, for the pelancong domestic, okay, it's a bit colorful, I know, but the reason why it's colorful is because different colors represent different states. As you can see, it will okay, who remembers what is this called? Siapa remember? What type of chart or what type of map is this? Anybody? Okay, I saw a correct answer just now. It's actually a tree map. Okay, thank you, El Harun. And thank you also, Nur Izzati. Almost there, but it's a slight difference. This is a tree map. Okay, but thank you nonetheless. Okay, a tree map where you can see dia punya size tu will be based on mana yang lagi besar, mana yang lagi ramai. So because this one we specify based on the numbers of tourists, right? So and Selangor has the most number of tourists, so that's why Selangor has the biggest chunk of the tree map. Okay, And the smallest chunk is from Labuan, all right? So this is called a tree map. And this one is called, okay, this one is easy actually. Who can tell me what chart is this called? A line chart. Thank you, Muhammad Nakiuddin. It's a line chart. Okay, from here you can immediately see the decline, okay? And here what I want to emphasize is you can also find the year and the state that has the most increase and the most decrease, okay? For example, like this one, the most increase is in is Labuan in 2019, where it increases 91.4% as compared to the year before. And also, the most decrease is by Selangor in 2020, where as compared to the year before, 2019, it has a decrease of 75.7% tourists coming to Melaka. Okay. And also we have this. Okay. What is this one called? You know, I'm going to ask you this question, right? Okay. What is this table called? Any answers? Okay. Since that there's no answer, I'll answer it myself. Okay, this is called a highlight table. It's just like normal table, except that when we put colors to it, it's considered as if I'm highlighting something. Okay, from here, actually, what I want to highlight is the ones. When is it best to use tree map and heat map as in? Hold on, after this, I'll answer your question. Thank you for the question. Okay. In this table, what I want to highlight is, okay, if you notice, the ones in reds are the ones that has a decrease as compared to the year before. And the ones in greens are the ones that has that increases from the year before. Okay. All right. So here you can immediately see in 2020 there's a decline in tourists, the number of tourists for all the states. Okay. All right. So what was the question? Let me check. Okay, by L. Harun, Salam Puan, when is it best to use tree map and heat map as in a glance it looks somewhat similar? Okay, for that one, actually you are right, L. Harun, it does look somewhat similar. Okay, let me just show you again. This one, right? Okay, this is called a tree map and this is a heat map, right? Okay, usually in a tree map, it's just macam, contohnya, I just wanted to know negeri mana yang paling ramai pelancong, okay, pada sekian-sekian tahun. Okay, that one we just use tree map sebab jawapan dia either Selangor ke ataupun other negeri ke. Tapi in heat maps ni kalau nampak dia ada additional what we call it, additional dimension. Maksudnya kita nak macam nak drill down kan dia lagi. For example, kalau kat sini okay, macam mana nak give example? Contohnya kalau macam let's say saya nak I wanted by state and also by year. Kita nak drill down kan lagi. Okay. Macam tadi tu kita lamsamkan. Okay. By states and then hold on, give me 1 minute to collect my thoughts. Alright. So for the heat maps is when we have additional dimension that we wanted to show in the chart. Okay. I'm going to show you this afterwards during the actual Tableau punya session later. So remind me to do this afterwards. Okay, Puan El Harun, is that alright with you? Okay, sure. Thank you. Okay. And then for the pelancong asing, we'll move on to the tab pelancong asing. All right, no worries, El Harun. Thank you for the question as well. Okay, for pelancong asing, okay, this is, okay, who remember what it is called? Any answers? Circle map, almost there. Circle chart almost there as well. Bubble chart, yes. Sebab dia bulat-bulat kan, so people will tend to think that it's circle, almost there. But good try everyone, it's actually called a pack bubbles or bubble chart, okay? So from here, is actually a bit the same like tree map just now, cuma tree map dalam bentuk kotak. Kalau yang bubble, pack bubbles ni dalam bentuk bulat. But as you can see, it still do the same thing. Untuk yang paling banyak, benua yang paling banyak, dia akan paling besar lah, size dia paling besar. As compared to, kalau mana yang paling sikit tu, dia punya size paling kecil. Okay. In this case, paling banyak ialah benua Asia. Alright. Okay. And then kat sini, we can also see the top 5 countries with the biggest, with the 5 buah negara pasaran terbesar, meaning that the 5 countries with the most foreign tourists coming to Malacca. Okay. So the first one, okay, even though it's this is supposed to be foreign, right? But Malaysia is also there. Okay, you can just ignore Malaysia. So Singapore is the second in line there. China, Indonesia. All right. So, for example, and then here, actually in this pack bubbles, right? We can make a filter where, let's say, if I want to check from Eastern Asia, the data from Eastern Asia, I can just click here, and you can see all the others will be filtered according to the selection that I made, which is Eastern Asia. So kat sini pun akan tunjukkan negara Eastern Asia, the top 5 countries from Eastern Asia that has the most tourists coming to Malacca. Okay, so topping the chart is China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Japan, and South Korea, and also the jumlah based on based on the countries in Eastern Asia. Okay, let's say I want to change to Eastern Asia pula. Sorry, let's say I want to change to Southern Asia. Okay, Southern Asia, we can see that the most is from India, and then Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Nepal. Okay, so you can play around with this as well, so that it'll be more interactive. Okay, so this is for the pelancong asing, and then tempat pelancongan. Okay, for tempat pelancongan, this one is just to, because there are 3 daerah in Melaka. There's Alor Gajah, Melaka Tengah, and Jasin. So here it specifies how many tempat pelancongan is in Alor Gajah. So we can see there's 9 tempat pelancongan, and it will list out, this is called a tooltip. This one is called a tooltip. So it will list, the tooltip will list out all the 9 tempat pelancongan, tempat tarikan in Alor Gajah. And then same goes for Jasin, 7 tempat tarikan in Jasin, and 40 tempat tarikan in Melaka Tengah. Okay, and then the figure down here is the number of tourists to date that has visited the tourist spots in Alor Gajah. Okay, so here just shows the jumlah pelancong domestik melawat ke tempat tarikan pelancongan. And this one is jumlah pelancong asing yang melawat ke tempat tarikan pelancongan. It just shows you the number of tourists who visited the tempat tarikan. And as you can see, this is also called a highlight table, where I highlighted the jumlah ni. Okay, as you can see, the darker it is means that the more tourists in that particular year. As compared to lagi cerah, maksudnya lagi kurang pelancong yang datang ke situ. As compared to before this memang kita nak tengok antara meningkat atau turun je kan, so that we have two colours only. We have red and green. So the red meaning that it decreased, and green meaning that it increased from the year before. But in this case, instead of using only 2 colours, I use a range of colours. Okay, the darker it is meaning that lagi ramai pelancong pada tahun tu. The lighter it is, lagi kurang pelancong pada tahun itu. Okay. Alright. So that's all for the demonstration for this particular BRS, for this particular business case. Okay, so it's 10:15. I think, is it okay if we take a 5 minutes break, Miss Amalina? So that you guys can, walk around a bit, have some coffee or whatnot. Is it okay?
Yes, sure. It's
Okay.
okay. Yeah.
All right. So we'll have a 5-minute break and then we'll come back at 10:20. Is it okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, all right. Okay, see you guys at 10:20. Bye. Miss Amalina, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Participants ready? Or should we take another 4 minutes?
I
Can we-
think I think it's okay to start again.
Sorry?
I think it's okay to continue.
Okay, so okay to continue. Okay, sure. All right. Okay, so just wanted to share with you, this is the website for Tableau. So this is where, if you want to try it for free, you can just try it here, try free. Again, I will repeat. If you're using your normal email, you'll get 14 days trial if you want to just play around. But if you're using your your school or education email, your university email, you can immediately get a free trial for 1 year. Okay. Right. So we'll move on to Tableau itself. Okay. All right. So the first thing in Tableau, tadi I mentioned already, the first thing that we're going to do is connect to the data. Right. So how to connect to the data? Okay. So here you can see there's a connect to data. Okay. This one's about, I already opened it. Okay. Hold on. Let me close all my Tableau first and open it from scratch. It might be a bit slow, but please bear it with me, okay? Can you repeat how to get the trial? Okay, sure, no problem. Okay, here, I'll send this in chat. Okay, I'll send this link in chat. You can just try to click it. And then once you click it, it will directly show this page to you. It will be directed to this page where you can try. You can see here, there's try free. Okay, try free. You can just click on it. And then you key in your, you give your information and also your email. But as I said, if you use your normal email, you'll just have 14 days free trial. But if you use your university email or kalau, okay, untuk yang lectures ke, kalau ada anak, you can masukkan anak-anak punya email pun boleh, yang .edu tu kan, pun boleh, tak ada masalah. And you'll get 1 year free trial for this one. Okay. Kalau dah suka nanti sekarang, if you're truly in love with it, then you can consider buying it. But I would suggest you to try it first, do the free trial first, okay? Alright. Thank you, Marita, for the question. Okay, so here on Tableau, once we open Tableau, the first thing that we have to do is connect to the data. Okay, bila buka-buka Tableau je, kita akan nampak macam ni. Okay, so as you can see here on the left side, there's a connect. Okay, so Tableau can connect to a Tableau server. It can connect to files. Files can be in the form of Microsoft Excel, text file, JSON file, Access, PDF, spatial, statistical file, and many more. Okay, here kalau kita klik more, Okay, you can see that you can select other files as well, and also to server, MySQL, Oracle, Redshift, and there are also a lot more servers that you can connect to using Tableau. Okay, but for for this session, I'm just going to show you a simple one. We'll be using Microsoft Excel. Okay, so how do we connect to Microsoft Excel? First, we just choose to a file. We choose Microsoft Excel. Okay, and for this one, I'll be using the sample file, which is the global superstore. I'll be using this file. Okay. Okay, this is where if you want to do a join or whatsoever, it'll be here. Okay. So in the global superstore file, okay, I'll show you the global superstore file first. Okay. All right, as you can see in the global superstore file, there are 3 tabs here. There are orders, returns, and people. Okay, orders, returns, and people. Okay, that's why if you notice over here, you see orders, return, and people. Okay, so let's say if I want to do orders, I just want to use the data from the orders tab. So I drag this here, all right? Once I drag it here, then it will populate down here with the data from the orders tab. Please bear with me everyone, my laptop is a bit uzo, so dia slow sikit. Okay, see, it's populating the data from the orders tab, but here it will only show 1,000 rows, okay, just sample 1,000 rows. All right, so this is where if you want to declare that we want to do a joining or you want to do a union, this is where we'll do them. Okay, for example, like let's say I want to do a join between orders and also returns. Okay, so kat sini kita kena specifykan what are the key that will be that will connect between these two tables. Okay, so let's say this one have order ID. All right, I want to do order ID and order ID returns. All right. Okay, as you can see now, it's been joined. This is a table. This is the join table between the orders and returns. All right, you can see. Okay, this one nampak tak atasnya ada orders, meaning that these are the columns from the orders table. And then you will see one. And okay, I'm removing this one first. Okay, while we're waiting, does anybody know the difference between union and also, hold on, Muhammad Nakiuddin, I'll answer it in a bit. Does anybody know the difference between a union and a join? Who can tell me the difference between a union and a join? Anybody? Okay, that's a good try by corporate FSKM to everyone. Okay, union is grouping, join is combining. Almost there. Anybody else would like to try? Union gabung semua data. Okay. Okay, good try. Good try from, what's the name again? From Nur Farah Najihah and also corporate FSKM. Okay, actually, the difference between union and also join. Okay, for union, you must have the same number of columns. Okay, for example, macam tadi kita tengok contoh yang pelancong tu kan, dia bezanya tahun 2017, lepas tu ada beza tahun 2018. Okay, so in union, they will create new rows. Dia tak create column, dia create new rows in union. Okay, meaning that, okay, dia akan nampak, okay, untuk tahun 2017, dia akan selesai kolom, and then kolom dia sama, bilangan kolom dia sama, and then kolom dia pun sama. And then bila kita buat union dengan tahun 2018, it will just append the rows from 2018 to the 2017. Okay, that is union. But when we talk about joining, join means that we'll create new columns. Okay, I think I saw someone answer that already. Was it? I cannot see. Okay. Yes, from Shariza Shahar. Thank you. It will create new column. Exactly. So join will create new columns. For example, like this one. Okay. So it will create columns from orders and also columns from returns. So that is joining. All right. So in this case, I won't be using returns. I'll just be using orders. All right. So that's how we connect to a database. I think we have one more question just now. Let me see. Is there any features that allows us to perform SQL statement ourselves to give much more flexibility playing with the data? Atau dia memang click only? I'm not so sure about that sebab setakat ni memang guna click only. I think as of now memang nampak boleh click je lah Muhammad Nakiuddin. Okay. So that's the beauty of Tableau actually sebab dia memang nak bagi, dia nak simplifykan kita kan. So basically you just click kat situ je. Okay. So okay, we move on to, this is how we connect to a file or database. Okay, welcome Muhammad Nakiuddin. Alright, so now how do we play with this table? How do we play with orders? Alright, so as you can see down here, nampak tak ni ada sheet 1 and then there's this one icon, this one icon, this one icon. So what does it mean? What does this icons mean? Boleh nampak ke yang saya tunjukkan ni? Okay, the first icon ni, this means new worksheet, worksheet. Okay, this one is dashboard, new dashboard. And this one is for new story. Okay, so yang ni paling kecil. Daripada ni, gabungan yang ni akan jadi yang ni, new dashboard. Gabungan yang ni atau gabungan yang ni akan jadi story. Okay, so we go to the first sheet. Since before this we already selected our file, right? So bila kita klik dekat sheet, dia akan terus tunjukkan these are the columns that are available in our Excel file. Tak percaya, kita try tengok. Okay, kita tengok customer ID, customer name, market kan? Okay, tengok kita ada customer name, market, customer ID, alright? So these are the columns that are present in our Excel file. So it's also being populated here. Okay, so the first thing about Tableau, you have to understand which is which, okay? So this is called the data pane. Data pane. Why is it called the data pane? Because dia ada kat sini all the data, all the columns in that particular table that we selected just now. And then kalau kita nak tengok data to itself, kita boleh klik kat sini. Kat depan tadi kita boleh tengok, kat data source ni kita boleh tengok kat sini. And at the same time kat sini pun kalau kita nak tengok lagi sekali, kita boleh klik kat situ. So we can still see the data. Okay, hold on. I see a question here. Boleh Madam share the sample file to make it easier, everyone can follow along with their own Tableau. Oh sure, how can I share this? How can I share this? Can I share the file here? Is there a way for me to share the file? Miss Amalina, can you help?
The reply through email.
Can email, so whom can I email it to?
Um,
Or I'll put it in my Google Drive. Sekejap nanti sekarang I'll share the link over here.
yeah, I think it's better that way.
Sekejap give me 2-3 minutes to do this. Okay. Okay, can you try to access? Okay, I'm going to give you 2 minutes for you to download the file, okay? Let me know once you've successfully downloaded the file, and then we can start from the beginning again. I'll remove this first. Alright. Bagus. Muhammad Nakiuddin pantas. Good, good, good. So glad to see everyone is so active on a Sunday morning. Everyone else done? Okay, thank you, Liana Sahbana, and also Anis Arianti, Nurul Izzati. Alright, thank you everybody. Good job. Okay, thank you Ikhwan Syamili. Alright, I think we'll proceed, okay? Okay, thank you everybody. Seronok tengok semua orang semangat. Okay, so I'll ulang balik, I'll repeat again, okay? So we connect to data, choose Microsoft Excel since that the data we're using, the file we're using is Microsoft Excel. Choose Microsoft Excel and then go to the file that you downloaded just now and open. Okay, once you did that, okay, click on all this and drag it here. Then all right, good, good. Thank you, everybody. Okay, once done, let's go to sheet 1. Okay, in sheet 1, okay, I repeat again sebab dah lupa tadi berhenti kat mana. Okay, in Tableau, there are a few things that we have to remember. The first part is this one. This is called a data pane. A data pane because it contains all the data, all the columns that are available in our Excel file. Okay. Okay, this is a data pane, and this is the analytics one. All right, this is called the shelves and also the cart, shelf and cart. This is marked, this is shelves, okay? All right, okay. So first things first, okay, let's see if I want to do a line chart. Oh, okay, hold on, sorry, I forgot one more thing. Okay, another thing that you have to know is there's a difference. Okay, nampak tak kat sini kita ada measure names, ada measure values ni kan? Okay, kat atas ni, yang ni atas line ni, these are called dimensions. Yang kat bawah ni is called measures. Okay. Yang atas measure names is called dimensions. Atas measure values hingga ke measure names ni, these are called measures. Can anybody try to take a guess what's the difference between dimension and measures? Okay, I bagi tengok contoh. These are examples of dimensions. These are examples of measures. Can anybody try to take a guess? What's the difference between dimension and measures? Yes, thank you, Nasuha. Okay, good try. All right, for measures is more numerical data, something that can be quantified. Okay, for dimension pula more to dia categorical. Contoh macam kalau region kan categorical kan it's qualitative, it's not something that we can quantify. Okay, those are the difference between dimension and measures. Okay, this is very important for you to understand the difference between dimension and measures. Okay, because nanti kat sini dia akan panggil based on dimension measures. Okay, ni nanti saya akan explain in a bit. Alright, another thing that you have to know is the difference between continuous and discrete. Okay, so the difference between continuous and discrete is, kalau you tengok sini, I think it might not be very visible, but actually there are two different colors. There will be blue and also green. So for blue, it represents discrete. Okay, it can be a discrete dimension, it can be a discrete, discrete. Usually dimensions are usually discrete, but they can also be continuous as well. But it's usually discrete. And then for continuous, it's green color. So usually the measures are green color. Okay, all right. So this one, the one that I showed you just now, show me ni tunjukkan all the charts that you can do in Tableau. All right. So here dia akan bagi tahu contoh kalau I nak buat pack bubbles, okay? If I want to do a pack bubbles, it will say here I will need one or more dimensions and one or two more measures, okay? All right. And if you want to do like a box and whisker plots, you don't need any dimensions, or you can have dimensions, so you don't have tapi bukan compulsory, but you need at least one or more measures, okay? So those are for box and whiskers plots. So kat sini dia akan bagi tahu you lah what do you need to have to create your charts, okay? Right. So let's do a simple chart first. I want to do a chart of the number of sales based on order date. Okay, so first thing, we take the order date. Okay, order date, we tarik ke column. So this is called the shelf, right? Shelf, so this is the column shelf. We pull the order date to the column. Okay, and then for rows, kita tarik sales. Sales, we pull it to rows. Okay, by default, sebabkan yang ni dia between date dan juga and a measure. So by default, it will show us a line chart, okay? So this is a line chart lah. Dia akan tunjukkan, and then dia akan tunjukkan the sum of sales based on each year. Okay, one more thing that you have to know is when we pull any of the measures into here, into either rows or columns, the measures will be aggregated. Okay, so because it's a quantified value, right? It will be aggregated. So it can be either aggregated into the form of sum, average, median, count distinct, or so on and so forth. Okay. Okay, dia akan jadi aggregated. Dia tak akan jadi dalam bentuk, kalau tengok dalam ni, kan dia bagi tahu untuk order sekian berapa dia punya sales, untuk order sekian berapa dia punya sales kan. Tapi kat sini dia dah terus aggregated kan untuk tahun tu berapa banyak sales, the sum of sales, okay? Alright. So ni kalau kita nak buat dalam bentuk line chart. Tapi kalau kita nak tukar bentuk dia, kita tak nak line chart ni. I don't want line chart. I want like maybe a text, an array chart or a text chart. You can just, text chart, a table. You can just change it here at the marks card. Okay, kat sini, nampak tak sini automatic kan? You can change it. You don't want that one, okay fine, boleh. You nak tukar. You can change it to area, for example. So this is an array chart, right? Okay, if you don't want that one, you want to make it into text. Sorry, not like that. Okay, you just put it like that and then yang sales tadi tu kita bukan tarik dekat rows, kita tarik kat sini. Nampak tak dia show me kat situ? Tarik kat sini. So instead of you showing us a line chart, it will show us the actual value instead. Okay. So kat sini nampak tak cantik kan sebab dia order date dia macam kat sini kita nak dia punya tahun tu kat sebelah kiri. Kat atas ni ada je satu ni, we can just shuffle it around. Which one you think more appropriate? Which one you prefer more? Okay. Okay, this is just a simple one. Alright, so okay, katakanlah tadi I nak buat juga one line chart, so order date again. And then sales. I want a line chart. Okay. But this line chart, kita tengok, dia sekadar macam bagi kita the amount of sales in that particular year. And we can just assume that, okay, there's an increase from 2012 from 2015. So how can we make it more granular? So if you want to make it more granular, we can add more dimensions to it. Okay. For example, kalau saya nak ambil kategori. Saya nak tengok, okay, based on category, which sales for which category is the highest. Okay, so what we have to do is we just drag category, find category here. Drag category to columns. Alright. So you'll see dia akan bahagikan lagi for each year tu, dia akan bahagikan based on category. For 2012, ada 3 different categories. Okay, 2013, 3 different categories, sama juga for 2014 and 2015. So daripada sini kita akan nampak, okay, kita akan nampak sebenarnya for every year yang paling tinggi ialah teknologi. Okay, setakat ni semua okay ke? Setakat ni semua okay ke? Why we add category is basically to add a more granular level to our chart. Alright, so it can provide us with more insights. Okay, so daripada sini we can play around. If you don't want, macam yang ni tadi kita nak dia by year kan? Back. Okay, yang ni kita nak tengok dia categorize by year. Tapi let's say I don't want to see it by year, I want to see it by the category itself. I can put the category in the rows. And you can see dia akan tunjukkan sales per category. Okay, furniture makin meningkat, office supplies makin meningkat, teknologi pun makin meningkat. Okay. Again, you can also play around with it. Katakan kalau kita nak tambahkan satu lagi measure kat sini. Tapi kita nak tengok in terms of profit. Profit, kita nak tengok profit antara buat banyak kategori ni, profit mana yang paling menguntungkan? Mana kategori yang paling menguntungkan? Okay, we take profit. Okay, we can put it into color. Okay, if you put it into color, as you can see, the lighter the color, meaning that the less the profit it makes as compared to the darker color. So from here, you can see actually, technology in year 2015 makes the most profit. Okay. This one, if you want to change it, you can also change it. You don't want blue color, fine. Can change it. Edit color. Okay. What color you want? Example, red to green. Okay. So this, tapi ni nampak macam rugi lah pula kan. So sebenarnya dia tak rugi pun. So usually for, kalau dia tak negative, I would not use red because it looks as if it looks depressing. So I would just use like probably blue or green just now. Okay, blue. Okay. Alright. Any questions so far? Semua okay sampai tahap ni? Okay, good. Thank you, Izzati. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's say I want to make it at a more granular level. I want to add subcategory now. Okay, so apa kita buat? Ambil subcategory. Kita tarik masuk sini. Now it's even more granular. So kita dapat dia bezakan ikut, kalau nampak kat sini tahun, dia pecahkan ikut kategori, and then for each category dia pecahkan lagi. See? Can you see that? Okay. So now we can see that there are actually some that doesn't make any profit, right? There are already here negative. So since that there is a negative, then I will use the red one. Red to green. Okay. As you can see here, red akan sampai tahap sini. Bila dia kosong, dia akan jadi this color, and kalau dia positive, dia akan jadi green color. You see? If you want to verify if it's correct or not, you can just check all the red colored ones. You can see this one, okay, profit dia negative 11,000. Ni pun negative. Okay, this is a simple bar chart. I just wanted you to play around with the bar charts first, okay? Alright, are you able to follow until here? Good? Everybody's good to go? Alright, thank you, Hanis. Thank you everyone. Okay, yang ni kalau kita nak tengok between sales and also profits, okay? Okay, you can play around with it if you don't want to use charts, right? Okay, hold on, let's see. Alright, thank you, Muhammad Akyuddin. Okay, you can play around. If you don't want bar chart, if you don't want this bar chart, right? You can also, okay, let's say if I want to do okay, which one you want to do next? Shall we try to do a pack bubbles? Okay, kita try pack bubbles. Okay, pack bubbles, you can see here it says that we need one or more dimensions and one or more measures. Okay, let's see if I want to see which region has the most sales. Okay, so first we take the region out, and then we take sales out. Okay, by default will show us this bar chart, right? But we don't want bar chart, we want a pack bubbles. We can just click here and it will change for us. Okay, so from here we can see that central regions has the most sales. Okay, oh, this one is so many. I don't want the region. I want it by market. Market has only like 5 if I'm not mistaken. 4, okay, it has 4. Okay, I want market and then sales. Okay, and then I want to change it into a pack bubbles. Okay, so from here we can kita tengok ni we can just conclude already. Okay, EMEA ni has the most sales as compared to the other 3 markets. Okay, alright. Okay, this is for pack bubbles. Okay, what else shall we try? Okay, shall we try okay, box and whisker plots? Okay. Okay, box and whisker plot. Okay, we'll try do box and whisker plot. Okay, box and whisker plot, it says that we don't need any dimensions, we just need measure. Okay, so let's see if we put the profit. Okay. Hold on. It's not seeing over there. Let's add a dimension. Okay. Okay. Okay, even though it says that it says zero or more dimensions, but sometimes even though it says 0, you still try to play around with it. Kalau tak dapat tu maksudnya you still have to try add some dimensions. Okay, I want to change this into a box plot. Who can tell me bila kita kena buat box plot ni? When is it best to use a box plot? Box and whisker plot. Anybody care to take a guess? When to visualize the distribution? Yes, exactly. To visualize the distribution. Okay, as you can see in the box plot, right? We have median. Okay, we have the lower whisker. Sorry, this is called the lower hinge, and then this is one is called the lower whisker, upper whisker, and the upper hinge. Okay, alright. So ni sebenarnya yang kan kita belajar kalau dalam maths kan kita ada yang median yang tengah-tengah tu, and then we have the Q3, Q1. Okay, di tengah-tengah ni consider Q2, Q1, Q3. Okay. Alright. So sebenarnya kita nak tengok distribution dia, nak tengok ada anomalies ke tak. So this is where we can see jarak antara kalau antara the average dengan yang dengan Q1 dengan Q3 dia. Alright. So this is where we use box plot. Alright. So next, shall we try tree maps? Okay. We'll try tree maps next. So with tree maps, we need one or more dimensions and then one or two measures. For tree maps, let's say we want to take the region just now. Region. And then again, we take sales. Okay, like that. You see? So this is a, what is it, everybody? This is a tree map. Yes, thank you, Nakiuddin. The most active person today, nanti I'll give Starbucks voucher to Dr. Surya. Boleh Dr. Surya? The most active student for today, I'll give you Starbucks voucher later. Alright? Okay. This is called a tree map where you can see the size itself shows the size itself shows which one yang paling banyak sales. Okay, alright. But it says here that we can have one or two measures, right? Let's say we add another measure. Let's say I want to add profit. Hold on, it becomes like that. Okay, we add profit. And then we do this one. Nampak tak ada beza sikit? Can you see the difference? Just now, let's say you have only two, region, and then with sales. Can you see the colours? Colours dia makin, daripada gelap, makin lama makin cerah. Nampak tak? So, this indicates that size yang besar ni, colour dia akan makin pekat as compared to size yang kecil. Sebab kita bagi dia satu measure je. So maksudnya mana yang saiz besar tu dia akan menunjukkan bahawa saiz dan color yang besar, saiz yang paling besar dan color yang paling gelap tu menunjukkan yang tu paling banyak sales. Okay. But in this case nampak tak color dia beza-beza tu? Sebab the size represent which region has the most sales, but the color represent which one has the most profit. So kat sini kita boleh nampak central still maintain, it has the bigger size, it has the most sales, and at the same time it has the most profit. But for like North Asia, right? Even though it has the top three sales, we can see the top three sales, but in terms of profit, dia kalah dengan South, dia kalah dengan Oceania ni. Understand? Daripada sini kita boleh nampak that kalau kita nak find correlation between several data. So this one we can just see based on sales, but this one can further provide insights, not just based on sales, but also based on profits. Okay, so this is for tree map. Okay, everybody okay so far? Okay, thank you. So next we're going to do histogram. Okay, histogram ni bila kita cakap histogram dia selalunya pasal apa? When do we use histogram? Come on, Starbucks voucher up for grabs. Any ideas everyone? Adik-adik ada sesiapa ada idea? Related dengan frekuensi, ada related juga to show normalization, data distribution, semua hampir-hampir, but to see trend. Okay, good try everybody. Okay, but for histogram, the keyword here is binning. Kita nak binkan dia, maksudnya kita ada this certain amount of data, but kita nak binkan dia, jadikan dia dalam, macam mana kita nak explain, dalam bentuk macam dia punya own cluster macam tu. For example, okay, kat sini dia kata kalau nak buat histogram, we just need one measure. Okay, again, I'll take sales, okay, kat sini, and then I want to tukar pada histogram. Okay, so kat sini dia akan terus bahagikan, sebab dia akan terus bahagikan daripada kosong, sales. Dia bin untuk we have to change this a bit. Because dia punya binning ni tak berapa cantik. It's actually, but basically histogram is to make bins. Kita nak bagikan dia kepada, okay, contoh kalau kita ada taburan banyak, kita nak bahagikan, okay, 0 sampai 100 dalam bin ni. Contohlah umur kan. Okay, kita ada pesakit COVID kita ada this amount of jumlah pesakit COVID, tapi kita nak binkan dia ikut umur. Something like that. We can bin it, we can cluster it like that. Okay, yang ni dia buat sendiri. Dia by default dia buatkan bin ni. Kejap I have to try to remember how to change this bin. Screenshot header format. Sure. Okay, kalau kita nak tukar size bin ni kat sini. Bukan kat sini, kita pergi dekat data pane ni tadi. Cari kat sales bin, dia akan ada dua tau. Dia akan create new dimension kat situ. Okay, sebab dia dah jadi bin kan. Bila dia jadi bin, dia no more numerical value tau. Sebab dia dah consider macam categorical. So that's why inside sales ni, kalau sales is a measure, but once we bin it, it'll become a dimension. So you can see there's a sales here, but at the same time it creates a new dimension called sales bin. So if you want to change this, we can go to sales bin. Okay, we edit it, and this is we suggest the bin size. I don't want it to be 342. Let's see, I'll take 50 for example. It's even worse. Good job. Okay, this one's about axis. This one is actually, because I don't want yang atas-atas ni, sebab the reason why dia jadi macam ni is because dia banyak dekat data kat sini je, tapi sebab dia punya x-axis tu, dia still tunjukkan juga sampai ke 23K. Okay, so ada data yang 23K, tapi sebenarnya data 23K tu sikit je as compared to yang lain. So that's why dia drag daripada 0K until 23K. Okay. So, tengok dah, sebab data dia maksimum dia ialah 20 almost 23K, right? So that's why dia buat bin tu sampai ke sana, tapi lepas tu see, I make it 5,000. So not nice. Tapi basically this is how you play with bin. Kalau nak buat bin ni yang cantik ni, kalau kita dapat macam kita dapat buat dia punya distribution tu just nice lah. So we have to play around with it. Okay. Okay. I'll try to make this nicer during the break time later, and then I'll get back to you on this, okay? Alright. So do you understand about binning or not so far? I'll try to give you another example on binning. I have another example. After the break, I'll show it to you. Okay. So this one, dia punya taburan dia tak berapa cantik. I'll show you another example. Okay. So let's try. Next, we'll try on. Okay, I can't move my picture. Okay, then. Alright, let's say we want to do a map. Okay, a map. So, dalam map ni kan, okay, can you see here? Nampak tak ni? Ada ni ABC, ABC, ni ada tanda hash, ada tanda macam graph, ada tanda macam calendar, and then there's also like a map here. Can you see that? Okay, who can try to take a guess? Apa maksud-maksud dia? Kalau ABC ni agak-agak maksud dia apa? Yes, thank you Haziq Zamri. ABC ni maksud dia text form. Kalau hashtag ni? Hashtag macam row ID, discount, profit, quantity, numbers. Thank you Al Harun, thank you Liana. It's numbers, okay? How about the yang ni, macam gambar bacat ni? Almost there, Muhammad Syairan. Almost there. It's something that we did before this. What did we do before this? Almost there. Binning, yes. Thank you Nakyudin. Binning. Nampak tak kat sini? Bin ni sahaja yang ada ni. Sebab ni dia dah bagi dalam bentuk bin kan. Dia ada macam dia punya categorical tu. So yang ni dia dalam, sebab ni for histogram. That's why nampak gambar histogram. Nampak tak? Dia punya gambar dia sama kan? Histogram sini dengan kat sini. Okay. And then kalau this one, this is easy peasy. You can tell me what does this symbol meant? Date, exactly. Thank you Hanis. This is for date. And then we have this one. Macam gambar peta tu. So what does it mean? Coordinate. Yes, exactly. Alright. So kat sini, if you notice, we also have country, state, city yang pun ada macam ni juga. Yang ni tadi longitude dan latitude ni kan. At the same time we also have state, country and city. Maksudnya yang ni dia dah tiekan dengan map. Okay. Let's say if I want to do state. I double click on state. I will immediately populate the state. Okay. Alright. Okay, sekejap patah balik. I want to do the country instead of state. I want to do country. Okay, this our country, alright. Kita boleh double click je. Tapi ni sebab I use this data from the sample from the global superstore. Memang dia dah ada maklumat ni. But ingat tak tadi during my small demonstration about the Negeri Melaka, I used the peta Negeri Melaka. So for the peta Negeri Melaka, if let's say if you want to do it for Malaysia or any other states in Malaysia, you have to find your own coordinates and then we have to kita kena manually masukkan sebab kadang-kadang yang data ni dia tak sampai ke tahap kita punya. So we have to download our own we have to find our own files that have the coordinates for Malaysian states and then we can use that in Tableau. Alright? Okay. So this is a state. I will show you the name for each of the countries here. Okay, let's say if I want to populate this state, I want to make it colorful. I want to make it just the name of this. I want each state to have different colors. Okay, so we just drag state here, drag to color. So then each state will have a different color. But ni macam serabut kan? So I don't prefer to do this actually. But just to show you how to do it, okay? Alright, so now let's say if you want to populate the state based on the number of sales. Okay, so you can just find sales and put into color. There, can you see? So this is how we populate the map to show us which country, sorry, not states, right? It's country. Which country has the most sales? Okay, as same like before, the darker the color, the more sales it has. Okay, in this case, the countries with the highest sales are United States. Okay, it's the same one up there. Okay, and other countries that's doing quite okay are like Australia, China, India, Germany, France. Okay, all right. So this is how we can see. We can put colors in our map. Okay, everybody okay so far until here? All right, thank you. Okay, next. Okay, thank you, Nur Fazlia. It's good to see new names. Nur Izzati, thank you. Thank you everyone for being awesome. Okay, next, what should we do next? Okay, what else do we have here? Okay, we've done this one. Okay, let's try to do a heat map. Okay, a heat map, we need one or more dimensions and one or two measures. Okay, let's say we use, again, we use market. We use market. And again, we use sales. And I want to do this. Okay, and let's say I want to add some more dimensions to it. Let's put region. Let's put region. Let's put. Okay, this is a, what is this called? What is this called, everybody? This is called almost Tanakudin, but not horizontal bars. Heat map, yes, thank you, Chicken Hassan. Thank you, Liana. It's called a heat map, all right? A heat map. So here, it's basically just show you. Okay, because I put some additional dimension here, so it has market and then the region, and it just show you how big it is. The size represents the number of sales. Okay. So it is actually like the question before. This is almost the same between tree map and also heat map, but it's just depends on how you want to visualize it. For example, like okay, in this case, in this case, I wanted to add some more dimensions, right? So in heat map, it might be a bit, in tree map. In tree maps, it might be a bit difficult to do so because it can, okay, it might be a bit difficult. You can't really visualize it as compared to this one. This one, when we use many dimensions, right, you can see market, and then we can further drill down to region, can further drill down again, let's say to categories, okay. So daripada situ kita boleh nampak dia drill down tu. Nanti kalau kita nampak dia punya size tu based on the okay. Katakan kita letak lagi satu kat sini, kategori. Okay. It's too much. Let's say I want to add a filter. Okay, I forgot to teach you about filters. Okay, this is how we add filters. Let's say I want to filter it by market. I just take the market, drag it to filter, to the filter card, put it there. And then immediately it will ask me which one I want. Okay, let's say I wanted all of them first. Just apply all of them first. Okay, and then here I can choose show filter, and then I don't want all, right? I don't want all, just unclick all, and then I just want for APAC. Okay, so APAC. So bila kita gunakan heat map ni, kita boleh nampak hubungan dia for APAC, and then these are the regions in APAC, and these are the categories, and these are dia punya rupa dia lah. The bigger the size, the bigger the sales. Okay, alright. So this is how you do filters. And then for filter, you can change. If you don't want it to be drop down, you can single value list. Okay, you can just choose like single value list, or you can do just now we did. Okay, this one drop down. Drop down pun, if you want to choose only one, you can do drop down or single value list, or you can use a slider. See, this is how you use a slider. Tapi slider ni, I usually use it for range of dates. Usually when you have certain dates or years, then I'll use slider, because let's say if I have data from 2000 until 2021, but I only wanted the data from 2005 until 2008. So then I'll be using slider for that particular filter. Okay. And then there's also multiple value. This is the one that we saw before this. You can choose several if you want. Okay. And there's also multiple values drop down. Same, but it's just in the form of a drop down. Multiple values custom list. Okay, this one you just have to type it. Alright, or you can do a wildcard match. The wildcard, let's see, I want to do APAC. See? So wildcard is not suitable in this case. Wildcard ni usually when we have like so many data. Contoh kita ada list of names, and then we want to search based on names, then wildcard will be useful then. But for this one, I prefer to use in the multiple value, sorry, what is this called? Multiple values list ataupun multiple values drop down, right? Okay, that's how we use filters. Okay. Alright, it's 11:16. I think should we take a break until 11:25? Sorry, 11:22. 5 minutes break. So if anybody wants to go to the toilet or you want to grab a coffee, you can do so for 5 minutes, and then we'll resume after this. Okay? Cool, everybody? Alright, I'll see you at 11. Okay, we have covered pack bubbles. We've tried, have we tried bullet graphs? Not yet, right? Okay, we tried box and whisker plot. We tried histogram, scatter plot belum lagi, bullet graph belum lagi. Graph pun belum, array chart we've done it already. Dual combination done, and not yet. Lines done, tree maps done. We use map pun done. Highlight tables also done, right? Okay, next we'll try to do scatter plots, okay? So for scatter plots, dia perlukan 2 to 4 measures. They don't need dimensions. We can add dimensions, but it's not compulsory. So let's try to use sales and profits. Measures, okay, measures. Remember, measures are the ones after measure names up until measure values. This one, these are called measures. Okay, so let's put some sales and also profit. Let's do that. Okay, immediately we can see that, okay, as you can see here, kalau color dia dah warna terang tu, maksudnya we can click on that. Maksudnya we have fulfilled whatever is needed. But if let's say color dia macam blur-blur macam ni, it means that we haven't fulfilled it yet, so we have to add some more. Okay, macam case yang ni, sebab dia perlukan one or more dimension, one or more measures. Sebab tu, just now we added 2 measures, right? So that's why yang ni dia blur. Okay, click on this one. Immediately we'll see a scatter plot. But the scatter plot ditunjukkan satu je. Okay, let's say we want to kita tak nak dia aggregate macam ni. Yang ni dia dah aggregate kan, maksudnya dia correlation between the sales and profit tu dia combine ke sama kat sini. So I don't want this. I want it to be nak kita kalau boleh nak dia disaggregate kan. For example, let's say if I want to see by region. Okay. Let's say I put region here. Okay. I tarik region to the canvas, and you can see now dia still scatter plot, but dia dah asing-asingkan ikut region. Okay. So maksud dia dah granularkan lagi based on region. So for Canada, you can see that dia punya sales dengan profit dia profit dia 17k, dia punya sales dia 66k macam tu. Okay. But the highest, you can see here, the highest is central region lah. Okay. Alright, so this is where we use scatter plot. Okay, I forgot to mention we also have shapes, right? Have shapes over here. So in case if you don't want to use, okay, remember this is called a card, the marks card. Okay, in case if you don't want to use a color, you can also choose shape. This one, the region just now, you drag it to shape. See? So instead of different colors, you have different shapes. Alright. So the beauty of shapes actually, okay, shape ni, kalau you can assign your own palette. Okay, contohlah macam negara tadi kan, we have our heat map. Our map. Our map. Let's say if you want to add country name. Okay, kalau you nak letakkan country name saja, you can put it inside label. There you can see the country name, okay? But, okay, let's pull out. Kita nak keluarkan dia. Nampak tak yang ni ada simbol ni kan? So this refer to text. So you don't want to see the country's name like this. You take it out. That one just tarik ke bawah. Immediately it will be deleted from the view. Okay. Let's say I want to try country name. I want it. Okay. Tak ada option untuk size pula. Tak ada option for shapes. Hold on. Okay, this one maybe because we already have the color. But if let's say we don't have color, you can try. If you don't have color, we can actually put, okay, macam ni tadi kan? Yang ni, if you don't, this is countries, right? If you don't want to have shapes of countries, you can put flags. Okay, you can flags like that. Sekejap, tapi sebab yang ni flags dia, assign palette. Okay. And then you have to check betul ke tak, sebab takut kadang-kadang dia punya if let's say ada yang salah, for example like this one, I'm pretty sure there are some are wrong. For example like this one, you can, okay, you find Africa one, which one is the flag of Africa? Okay, let's say I'll take the easiest one, Canada, okay, this one is Canada's flag, right? Okay, choose this one and then assign. Okay. This one, assign. Okay, see? So now you have changed the Canada's flag. Okay, this one you have to be very careful sebab takut dia flag dia salah. So you have to make sure that is the correct one. For example, like if you want, okay, this one because terlalu banyak sangat states kan, but for, let's say for you want to do it for our negeri-negeri dalam Malaysia, so it will be easier because you only have like 16. So you just have to, we have only 14. So then you just have to mapkan yang each flag tu dengan nama dia. Okay. And then you apply. Okay, ni I betulkan Canada je, adalah I didn't betulkan. So you can see instead of having map, instead of having shapes, it has flags instead. Okay. Right, you get this? Okay, everybody's cool with it? Okay, so those are for scatter plots. All right, thank you, Izzati. Okay, next we'll go to bullet graphs. Okay, bullet graphs, it says that you need two measures. Okay, let's again, we try sales and profit. Sales and profit. Okay, then you just do bullet graphs. Okay, and then kat sini dia akan tunjukkan sum of sales, ni sum of sales for all, and then the profit, okay? Sum of sales and the profit. Okay, katakan I wanted to make it more granular. I want to add the segment. Okay, so there you can see the ones that have the most sales as well as the most profit is actually from the consumer segment, and then the corporate segment, and then followed by the home office. The home office is the one that makes the less profit. So this is called a bullet chart. So bullet chart ni bagusnya sebab we can see the total sales, and then we can see the profit as well. Okay, you can compare it. Okay. Any questions so far as of now? Everybody's doing okay? Okay, all right. Okay, what else that we haven't covered yet? Okay, we haven't covered. Okay, thank you, Hafizi. Thank you, Nakudin. Thank you, Farah Najiha. Thank you, thank you. Okay, next we'll do a dual combination. Okay, we need one date and then two measures. Okay, I'll choose order date. Okay, because you need one date and then two measures. Alright, so let's choose sales and profit. Sales, okay, and then we put profit. Alright, so now we can either click like this. Okay, now this is called what is this called? A dual combination chart, right? Okay, as you can see, this is the number of sales, and this is the number of profit. Okay, for each year. All right. So then, let's say if you don't click on that one, we can also do a dual axis like that. A dual axis. So you can either do a dual combination or a dual axis. Can you see the difference between these two? Okay. Just now was order date. Order date. Sales and profit. Okay. This one. Actually, this one are the same. The only difference is this one. Can you see? Kat sini, dekat marks card ni, kat profit ni, we stated that we wanted it to be a bar chart. And for the sales to be a line chart. Okay, this is where if you want to change it, we can change it here. Okay. Okay, we want to make it into a line chart. So there. Nampak tak dia akan jadi sama? Kan? So here is where you can change it. Okay, sales. Let's say you don't want you don't want it to be a line chart. You want it to be a bar chart. And just change it here. Okay, kat sini nanti sekarang, it's easy for you to make the correlation between the sales and the profit. There are many ways actually to find the correlation between the sales and profit, and this is one of them. Okay? Everybody's okay so far? Any questions? Anybody want to ask any questions? Okay, all right. Okay, here are just some examples that I've done. Okay, this is we're using the highlight table to find the relationship between the ship mode and also the region. Okay, so ship mode, and then we have the ship mode. We have the first class, same day delivery, same day delivery, and then second class, and also standard class. So who can tell me how to do this? How to do this? Apa yang kita kena pull? Kita kena pull apa? Sebenarnya clue dah ada kat situ dah pun. What should we pull? What are the data that we should pull? Ship mode, yes. Thank you, Nakiuddin. First, we need to pull ship mode. Ship mode. Then what else? Tadi kita nak ship mode dengan region, right? Yes, thank you, Shahiran. So first is ship mode and region. We have to pull ship mode and region. Please bear with me, my laptop like this. Okay, ship mode and then region. Okay, so kita dah masukkan ship mode and region, and then tadi kita nak tengok dia punya profit kan? Okay, how do we want to make the profit to appear here? Kat sini, instead of ABC, we want the profit to be here. Who knows the answer? Macam mana? Anybody has an answer? How can we populate this with the profit value? No? Drag profit, exactly. Who's this? Muhammad Syahiran Afendi. Thank you, Muhammad Syahiran. We drag the profit. So profit here, nampak show me tu. Okay, bila nampak show me, we release it. Okay, then it will populate the value for the profit. And then dia dah bagi siap-siap dah. Okay, ini we make it bigger, entire view. Alright. So from here you can see the ship modes. There are 4 types of ship mode. First class, same day, second class, extended class. And then we have these regions as well. Okay, we have populated it. Now we want to color it so that we can see better. Sekarang ni kita dah nampak dah value dia. Tapi kadang-kadang mungkin kita terlepas pandang yang ni, oh ni 17,000, tapi mungkin kita nampak yang ni pun macam lebih kurang je sebenarnya. 1,700 nampak lebih kurang. Padahal sebenarnya there's a vast difference between those two, right? So we want to put color. We want to make it into a highlight table. Sekarang ni dia baru text table. We want to change it into a highlight table. So what should we do? Profit ni kita nak drag ke mana? Which mask card? Color. Thank you, Nakyude. So the profit, we drag it to color. Okay. So but this one, dia jadi macam bentuk macam ni pula. Dia punya the letter itself yang warna macam tu. Right. Okay, so yang ni dia version ni dia jadi macam ni. The colors are different based on the wording. Okay. We can change it easily by just clicking on the highlight. Table highlight here. Nampak tak? Kita klik kat situ, dia terus jadi change macam ni. So just now we wanted the shape mode on top, right? So we just shuffle it. There you go. See, bila macam ni kita nampak lagi jelas kan? Terus kita tengok dia dah tahu dah, okay, yang ni paling tinggi. Okay, yang ni paling rendah. Paling rendah sebab dia colour dia different. Alright? So this is how we make the highlight table. Okay. So next is this one. This one is called a heat map. So how we do this? How do we do this? Sekarang ni kita nak antara segmen dan juga region. Profit by segment and region. So how do we do that? Region kita drag, segment kita drag, and then profit. And then profit. Masukkan. And then kita nak di dalam bentuk this one. That's it. See, easy peasy kan? So this one is also done. Okay, for this one, nak buat by country and sales. Country and sales. Okay, who can get me first? Does anybody want to say anything? Sorry? Nur Ainina, do you want to ask a question? Saya tak dengar, tak berapa clear. Okay, Ainina, if later you want to ask a question, you can unmute again or you can just type in the chat, okay? Alright, so untuk tree map ni, how can we do this tree map? Kita nak tree map by country and sales. Macam kita dah buat tadi, this is just want to recap again how we can do this. Okay, so again country, drag country, and then drag sales, and then click on this one. Cuma bezanya kat sini, I wanted to add sum sales dengan color. Okay, color dah ada, kita nak tulis sum sales. Macam mana kita nak keluarkan jumlah sales tu for each of this country? Who has an idea? Kita nak drag apa? Masuk ke mana? Yes, we can drag sales into detail. Sorry, not detail, into label actually. Okay. Sales into label or sales into, okay, not detail. It will go into label. Sales into label. Sales into detail. Sekejap I want to see why it's not working for this one. If I'm not mistaken for the detail, right? The details when you hover, dia akan keluar nanti detail tu. Okay? Okay. Okay, kejap Okay, we go back to the label. Okay, katakan I want to put another one which is called profit into label. Okay. Macam mana kita nak bezakan which one is profit, which one is sales? You know how can we do it? Okay, this is where we use tooltip. Nampak tak kat sini ada satu mascot tooltip. We click on tooltip. We can see inside here, this is what they will show. Kat dalam tooltip, okay. Tooltip dah bagi tahu kat dalam tu. Sorry, for the labels itself, we can go to here and we can write. Kat sini kat dalam label, we can write sales and profit. Okay. So kat dalam label tu kita betulkan sebab kalau we want to put many numbers, right? And and the numbers can be a bit confusing. We don't know which one is which. So you can go to labels and kita masukkan lah sales apa, profit apa. For kalau yang hover ni, okay, sorry, it was not called detail. I was wrong in earlier. It was called tooltip. This one is called tooltip. So if you want to change the tooltip, we should do it here. Okay. Let's say I don't want it to be called profit. I want it to, okay, hold on. Kalau kat sini kita nampak masa labels ni sales first and then baru profit, right? Tapi dekat dalam tooltip profit first and then baru sales. So I want it to be standardized. So in the tooltip, we can just change it there. Okay. And let's say I want it to write sum of sales instead of just sales. So write sum of sales. Sum of profit. Okay. So as you can see, the double tukar. Instead of just sales, it will become sum of sales and sum of profit. Okay. So this is how when we want to do our tree map, kita boleh put all this information inside it. Not just the color, but we can put the labels and everything. Okay. Okay. For this one, dia pecahkan lagi. Maksudnya kalau yang ni tadi keseluruhan kan. Yang ni dah ada negara. Lepas tu dia pecahkan lagi ikut state dia. Okay. So, sama macam yang ni. Let's say kalau kita duplicate this one. Duplicate. Okay, we want to put state. Nampak tak? Kita boleh pecahkan dia macam tu. See? So we can see that this big chunk is actually United States. This one, dia nampak beza dia is this border, the slightly white border. Nah. So this is how, if you want to make it more granular, we can do this. All right. Okay. So this one is a dual axis chart. Okay, this one's basically the same like before this, the one that we tried. But yang ni dia gunakan market and then shipping cost dengan profit. Okay, so can anybody guide me how to do this? What should we drag first? What market and then market, and then the measures are shipping cost and profit. So what should we drag first? Come on. What should we drag first, everybody? The clue is already there. What should we drag first? Market. Yes, thank you, Zamir Riza. This is a new name. Oh, thank you, Nakyudin. I didn't notice your answer earlier. Thank you, Nakyudin. Thank you, Siti Nur Fazlia. Good. Everybody, it's market. Thank you, Farah Najiha. Okay, first we drag the market to column. And then, what else do we want just now? We want the shipping cost and also the profit. So we drag shipping cost and good. Thank you, Farah Najiha. Shipping cost and profit. Okay, here. Okay, there you go. So from here, we make it into a dual axis. Ni jadi bentuk macam ni pula, but no problem, no worries, because we can dictate what sort of charts that we want. We can have bubbles like this, we can have like circles like this, or if you want to change it, do you remember where we should change it? Kat mana kita nak changekan dia? Change in marks. Thank you, Syahiran Afendi. Semua hebat-hebat dah ni. Good. Thank you, everyone. Okay, kat sini kita nak change it into, sorry, this one. Not all. Hold on. Okay, let's say, okay, this one tadi. The profit. Okay, profit is the blue one. The profit nak jadikan dalam bentuk line. Okay, this one we just change from automatic to line. Right. And then the shipping cost will be bar. Okay, so that's how we do it. Okay, you can just play around and try to see which one you feel more comfortable, which one you think can visualize your data better. Okay, and then we have a combined axis. This is combined axis. All right, for combined axis, this one we want to see market and then market and then some profit and then shipping cost. Okay, combined axis chart. Worksheet. Okay, we need market. And then was some profit and then shipping cost. Profit and shipping cost. Again, you can do this. And you can do area like that. See, sebab yang ni dia sama area, so you can just do area like that. Okay. Blue profit, orange shipping cost, blue profit. Anybody has a question so far? Any questions so far? Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, if you have no questions, we have I think we have covered most of the charts here. So now we'll go on to dashboard. Okay, so dashboard, remember before this I mentioned that the three down here represents, one is for worksheet, one is for dashboard, and one is for story. So dashboard is this one, new dashboard. We just click on new dashboard. Okay, and then from here you can actually see these are all the sheets that we have made earlier. Nampak tak sheets tu? Okay, so from there, you can actually tarik masuk ke dalam ni. So dashboard is actually, we can put many sheets on it. Oh, hold on, before I go here, I forgot to teach you as well. Okay, let's make a new sheet. Okay, let's say if you want to make a top 5 countries with the best sales. Okay, we want to find out the top 5 countries with the best sales. Okay, so we take country, we take sales. Okay, macam mana kita nak buat? How do we want to make sure that we only want the top 5 countries? Okay, I don't want it to be graph. I want the sales to be like this. Show me. Like that. Okay, macam mana kita nak ambil top 5 je? Kita tak nak semua. So, it's actually we have to use filter. Filter just now. Okay, kita nak filter by country kan? So, we put country as filter, drag country to filter. Hold on. Okay, we choose all, okay. Before this, we choose all, right? We choose all kalau kita nak semua, tapi sekarang kita nak top 5 je. Nampak tak kat sini ada satu option, wildcard, condition atau top. Okay, kat dalam condition ni, you can actually make, kalau condition ni, you can make any condition that you want. Okay, for example, like, kalau let's say kita nak sales yang, dia punya sum sales dia, is bawah kosong. Kita nak tengok yang mana yang rugi je. Okay, yang ni. Okay, kita try buat yang ni dulu lah. Yang bawah kosong sahaja. Kita apply. Okay, it seems like all the countries, use all the countries, the punya sales is more than 0. Okay. So let's say we want it to be more than 50k. Let's see. Okay. As you can see here, all the values are above 50k. Mana-mana yang bawah 50k tadi, dia semua dia dah filter out. Okay. So maksudnya bila kita filter ni, bukan setakat kita boleh filter what are the data that we wanted, but we can also impose some conditions to it. Okay, let's say we want to edit the filter, we want the top 5 only. We don't want this one. Okay, this one have to change to none. Have to change back to none and then go to top. Kita pilih by field, top 5. Okay, sales by sum. Alright. See, dia akan keluarkan yang top sahaja, top 5 sahaja. Okay. Okay, katakan atas lagi daripada, okay, bawah dia ada state kan. I want to put, okay, not state. Okay, nak ada state macam ni. Okay, dia akan tunjukkan. Okay, let's say I want the top 5 states. Sekarang dia akan tunjukkan top 5 countries. Nampak tak countries ni? Australia, China, France, China, France and Germany, United States. These are the 5 the 5 countries yang paling top as compared to tadi buat banyak countries tu kan. But now I don't want countries. I just want the top 5 states. Top 5 states. So, okay, we remove the country. Sorry, I want the country. I want the country, top 5 country, and at the same time I want the top 5 states in each country. Faham ke? So maksudnya daripada berapa banyak negara, I want the top 5 countries, and then for that particular country, I want the top 5 states for that particular country. Okay. So what we have to do is state ni kita masukkan juga dalam filter. Okay, kita ambil semua dulu. Bukan, kita pergi ke top, kita ambil field top 5. Okay, nampak tak? Top 5. Alright. But what happened here, sebab dia dah filter siap-siap by country tau. So dia dah filter siap-siap by country and then dia akan ambil top 5 states yang termasuk dalam country tu. Okay, but I don't want. What I wanted was untuk setiap country tu akan ada 5 state dia yang paling tinggi. So what I have to do is add to context kat sini. Sekejap. Is not working at context country. Should be open. Hold on. Sekejap. Australia, okay. Put the state. Oh, sorry. Top 5. The state. And context. Oh. Sekejap, it's not working as I intended it to be. Supposedly, I wanted to have the state based on the country. And give me a few minutes to work this around. Sometimes it can be frustrating sebab tapi basically the idea is you have to put the add to context, but add to context maksudnya kita akan masukkan tu awal-awal. From context. Add to context. Okay. Setakat ni semua boleh follow lagi ke? Despite the add to context yang lain boleh follow ke? Everybody okay? Yeah, okay, alright. Okay, sementara saya tengah betulkan yang ni sekejap. Can you try to create your own dashboard based on the sheets that you have done earlier? Try to drag a few. Okay, for example, okay, kita boleh dragkan dia. Okay, I want to have this one. Then you can arrange it nicely lah. How you wanted your dashboard to look like. Okay, you can try to arrange it as nicely as you can. For example ni yang saya buat tapi it's very comot. You can try to play around first. Give me about 5 minutes. Tengah tak puas hati yang ni sekejap. Try to play around until I'll give time until 12:10. Okay, bila kita tak letak dia add to context, dia akan tengok the top 5 states, England, California, Illinois, France, New York, New South Wales, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yang ni kan. So daripada sini dia akan ambil mana yang termasuk dalam daripada 5 tu, dia akan tengok mana yang termasuk dalam yang top 3. Sebab kita nak negara 3 ni je kan. 3 negara ni, tapi ada satu sebab kalau ikutkan yang Queensland ni 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Queensland ni dah masuk yang ke-6 tau. Okay, kita masukkan kat sini. Country sekali. Country. Sorry, kita letakkan dekat belakang. Sebab kita nak state, kita nak sortkan ni, kita tekan kat atas ni. This one kita nak state, kita nak sortkan. Kita remove dulu ni. State. Add all members. Kita nak sales. Kita nak tengok England, California, Illinois, France, New York dengan New South Wales. Queensland ni tak termasuk tak termasuk sebab dia ke-6. Alright. Tapi kat sini dia akan ambil Australia, France dengan United States. Nampak tak? Tapi bila kita letakkan dia sebagai add to context, dia akan jadi, dia akan ambil 5 juga. Dia akan ambil 5 yang paling tinggi, tapi based on dia akan ikut filter yang pertama tadi. Yang filter yang pertama tadi 3. Kita cakap kita nak 3 kan. Lepas tu based on this country dia akan 5 yang terbaik daripada 3 country ni. Faham ke? Yang macam case ni tadi dia akan ambil 5 yang terbaik and then dia match kan antara 5 ni mana yang termasuk dalam filter yang ni. So kalau dia termasuk baru dia kira. Sebab tu kita nampak dia ada 4 je. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tapi as compared to bila kita letak filter, bila kita letak add to context, dia tetap akan bagi 5 juga. Dia akan bagi 5 yang terbaik yang fulfill tiga negara ni. Boleh nampak ke? Ke macam confusing sikit yang ni? Okey ke? Confused Okay. Boleh insyaAllah Diana. Okay. Kalau kita tengok ni, kita tengok yang betul-betul country, and then kita letak state. Add all members. Tapi kita nak yang top 5 je kan? Sorry, top 3. Top 3. So kita akan nampak sebenarnya top 3 countries ialah Australia, France dengan United States. Nampak tak? Australia, France dengan United States. Okay, lepas tu kita nak filter by 5 state yang paling banyak sales. Okay, bila kita tak letak add context tu, dia akan ambil ni state ikut paling tinggi tau, yang England, California, Illinois, France, New York, New South Wales, yang ni top 5 dia sampai New South Wales, this one sini sampai ke sini. Tetapi based on this list, negara macam yang ni ialah England is daripada UK kan, United Kingdom. Even though dia mempunyai sales yang paling tinggi, tapi dia punya negara dia tak. UK tu tak termasuk kat sini. Nampak tak? Sebab tu bila kita buat without add to context, dia akan ambil 4 saja, 4 yang teratas. 4 tu, yang teratas ialah selain daripada England, sebab England tadi tak ada pasangan dia, tak ada, UK tak ada kat dalam tu. Bila kita tak buat add to context, dia tak ada pasangan dekat situ, so dia tak ambil. England dia terus remove. Dia ambil California, Illinois, France, New York dengan New South Wales. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dia ambil 5 yang tertinggi, dia tengok 5 yang tertinggi tapi dia tengok ada padanan dia tak. Kalau ada padanan dia masukkan, tak ada padanan dia tak masukkan. So that's why dia ada daripada 5 tu yang England terkeluar daripada carta. Nampak tak? Tapi bila kita buat add to context, maksudnya the condition here is okay, first you take the 3 countries, filter the 3 top countries. Lepas tu by hook or by crook, based on this country saya nak 5 yang paling tinggi. 5 states yang paling tinggi. So dia akan tengok. Dia akan tengok daripada list ni, okay, New England terkeluar. Okay, dia akan tengok seterusnya. Yang pertama California, US, okay, masuk. Ile-de-France ada. Ile-de-France, France, okay, dia pun masuk. Okay, dah 2 dah kan? Dah 2. Lepas tu New York pun ada pasangan dia tadi sebab dia ada Australia, France dengan United States. So yang New York pun ada bawah United States, so ni dah 3. And then New South Wales pun ada US. New South Wales, Australia. Okay, Australia. So ni dah ada 4. Tapi baru 4 kan? Kalau yang first tadi tu bila tak add to context dia dah akan stop kat sini dah sebab ni dah sampai sebenarnya dah kira consider 5. Tapi sebab yang ni kita ada add to context, kita nak specifykan 5 juga. So dia tetap bagi, dia tambah lagi satu kat bawah ni, tengok lagi. Queensland. Okay, Queensland pun ada, yes. Queensland is dekat, Ini. Queensland is dekat Australia. So that's why yang ni pun masuk juga. Okay, sebenarnya Queensland ni dia punya kalau ikut states, dia sebenarnya carta yang ke-6. Tapi sebab ke sini kita kata add to context, kita nak 5 juga states yang paling tinggi, dia tetap masukkan. As compared to this one, sebab kita tak add to context tu, kita cakap 5, dia akan cari padanan dia. Kalau tak ada, 5 tu macam England tadi sebab tak ada padanan dekat sini, UK tak ada, maka dia terkeluar daripada carta. Nampak tak? Can you see that? Let's see if I want to change the state into top, instead of 5, I ambil 10. Country top 5. Country. Okay, macam kat sini, dia akan ambil juga, dia akan tetap ikut. Australia, dia akan ikut 3, dia akan ambil 3 yang asal tu tadi. Lepas tu dia akan ambil juga 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dia akan ambil 10 yang padahal kalau kita tengok kat sini, okay, contoh macam Victoria dengan, okay, let's say kita tengok Victoria dengan Texas, Washington. Mana Victoria? Victoria kat sini kan? Kita tengok dia dah nombor berapa? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Dia dah nombor 11. Kita nak top 10 je kan? Tapi macam tadi sebab England dia dah terkeluar, so dia still termasuk senarai. Nampak tak? Dia akan ikut kita punya condition yang awal tu. So awal tu kita cakap kita nak top 3 countries and then top 10 states. So dia tetap akan bagi 3 countries and 10 states. Okay. Yang ni top 3 top state top 10. Yang ni nampak tak, dia bagi 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sahaja sebab ada yang terkeluar carta. Macam England terkeluar carta sebab tak ada padanan dekat sana. North Rhine pun nampak dia tak ada padanan dia kat sini. So that's why dia pun terkeluar juga. Okay, San Salvador pun terkeluar, tak ada dalam ni. Okay, nampak jelas tak? So that's why kita perlu letak add to context. Kalau macam condition kita tu, dia bergantung. Kita add to context ni maksudnya bila kita nak letak condition tu bergantung pada condition yang sebelum tu. So that's where we use add to context. Nampak ke? It's a bit confusing kan? Tapi I hope everyone can understand this one. Is it alright? Okay, Alhamdulillah. So glad that you can understand that one. Okay, it's a little bit confusing. So have you done your dashboard? Okay, untuk dashboard ni, one thing yang paling best that you can do it is mana dashboard tadi? Okay, for example, sebab yang ni semua saya most of this I use sales and profit, right? I use the same table for all of this. So the best thing that we can do is, contoh macam this one kan. I want the, let's say yang ni kita letak kat bawah sikit. Ini buat kat atas. Contohlah ni contoh Okay. Kita nak filterkan yang lain ni based on this one. Alright. So yang ni nampak tak ada satu icon yang ni use as filter ni. You click on it. Okay, and then once you click EMEA, nampak tak? Yang lain semua akan berubah. So ini akan tunjukkan the map of countries that are in EMEA sahaja. And sales pun akan tunjukkan yang dekat dalam EMEA sahaja. Same goes for this one. Okay. Then APAC pun sama. Dia akan ikut yang kita filter tadi tu. USCA, LATAM, see? Tapi untuk setiap satu sheet ni kita boleh satu ni je lah yang kita akan jadikan filter yang utama dia. Yeah? Tapi macam katakan kalau kita nak masukkan kita buat lagi satu dashboard. Okay. Mana kita tadi ada buat tarikh kan? Okay, lagi satu sepatutnya best practice yang ni tuliskan apa nama dia. You can rename the sheet for each sheet. Okay, kalau tengok contoh yang saya buat tu. These are examples that I've done before. Kita memang akan rename all the sheets sebab nanti sekarang bila kita nak buat dashboard tu senang. Kita nak tarik tu senang. I just wanted to show you. Okay. Kalau tengok sini kan, memang kita renamekan dia siap-siap. Dashboard domestik, tree map, prestasi negeri by tahun, supaya nanti sekarang bila kat sini kita nak panggil kat dashboard ni, kita tahu senang kita nak tarik nanti. Okay. Lepas tu, daripada satu dashboard ke satu dashboard lain ni, contoh yang ni teruslah kat sini, kan kita boleh designkan dashboard ni kan. You can design it any way you want. You can add text, you can add image ke apa ke. So in this case, nak tambahkan dashboard utama. Okay, ni dashboard utama. Kita nak tambahkan sini. Ini akan linkkan dia kepada, because I made a few dashboards. So how do I link between this dashboard is, okay, this one, I made and I think it's a text image. Text image is it? Okay, hold on. Let's try over here. Okay, let's say you want to put a text up here. Okay, no, not text, sorry. Navigation, pergi ke sini. Navigation. And then kita boleh edit this navigation, edit button. So you can either use, kita nak pergi ke dashboard kedua, walaupun kita tak buat lagi dashboard kedua tu, tapi kita buat dashboard 2. Dashboard 2 and then if let's say we choose text button, then we can add title kat sini. Kita tulis katakanlah dashboard 2. Dashboard 2 And then kat sini kita boleh tukar lah, kalau nak tukar color dia ke, nak tukar size dia ke, you can change here however you want it. Alright, you can change if you want other colors ke, and then you want to add borders or background. Okay, this is just an example. Apply. Okay, alright, see? Okay, ni dashboard kedua. So, when I click on this, and then kita klik kat sini, dia akan pergi ke dashboard kedua. So, that's how we do navigation between the dashboard. And did not necessarily pergi ke dashboard kedua pun. We can also make it so that it'll go to other sheets as well. Okay, so this is how we do navigation. Kalau let's say kita nak buat navigation ada bentuk button kan. Okay, cari satu bentuk home button. I'll just take a simple one. Let's say this one. So kat sini, masa kita nak buat, again, kita ambil navigation. Letak kat atas tu. And then kita edit. Edit button. We change it. Okay, let's say kita nak dia pergi ke sheet 1, for example. Kita tak nak text button, kita nak image button. Image button. And then you choose where you put your image just now. Okay, in this case, I put it here. Okay, and then, sorry, ini it'll, there you go. So, bila you click here, it will go to your home page. This is the home page that I set up for this one. But in your case, you can put it to your home page like, for example, macam ni. Bila dia pergi ke tab lain, macam ni, we want to return to the main dashboard. Just click on it again. See? Okay, I'm trying to drag this down. See? So that's how we navigate between these dashboards. Okay. Selain daripada itu, I also want to show you another dashboard that I've involved in. Just to give you some more basic ideas on how to make your own dashboard. Okay, this is a project that I've involved in about mobilisasi PTM. Sekejap. Semua orang okey lagi ke? Dah 12.30 ni, everybody okay? All good? Alhamdulillah. So glad to see lots of names. What is the suggested maximum number? See. What is the suggested maximum number of chart yang kita boleh letak dalam satu dashboard? Actually, there's no specific number. Tak ada yang nak kata maximum tu. It's very subjective actually, sebab dia depends juga. Macam kalau let's say you have a big chart, kalau kita nak buat range masa ke, and then it's a long one, so kat bawah tu je dah letak yang line chart tu kan. So kat atas tu, it actually depends on what type of chart that you want to put. Tapi katakan kalau you just nak letak table kan, table. So kat bawah tu line chart satu yang besar. Atas tu you boleh letaklah table banyak sikit. You nak letak top 5 sekian-sekian. Siapa top, siapa yang bottom 5, siapa yang yang paling amount yang paling tinggi sales ke whatsoever. So it's basically depends on how you design your dashboard. There's no exact rules of the minimum number ke maximum number because all the charts are different, right? Different, and then depends on your size of your data as well, sama ada you perlukan space yang besar ke tidak. So it's up to you how you design your dashboard actually. I hope that answers your question. Alright, thank you. Thank you Nakiuddin for the questions. And this is taking so long. So in the meantime, anybody else has any other questions? Okay, while we wait for this one to load, I think we can move on to conclusion first. Okay, since I think we basically covered some of the but these are the basic things about Tableau, everybody. So if you want to deep dive into it, you can. But for today's session, it's basically just like nak mewujudkan rasa cinta kepada Tableau for everybody, untuk mewujudkan rasa macam, oh, I want to try to explore this. So these are just like pengenalan, introduction only, alright? So feel free to deep dive into it and play around with it. So we'll move on to the conclusion part first before we go back to the demonstration.